This is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
Welcome to Dig on America, where we speak truth to power. Every week, we give you the dig on how American history, policies, and media created the social and political issues we face today. DOA is independent media supported by listeners.
All right, so just real quick, we're going to touch on the midterms today. The dig today is going to be on the contract with America because it's very. I'm gonna do a series on this. So we have an author coming on the show next week, and next week I'm going to do the Young Guns, the dig on the Young Guns and the Tea Party. This week I'm going to do the contract with America. So for those of you who don't know what that is, you're going to find out what that is in about 30 minutes. But in the meantime, we're just going to talk some shit and hang out with Jackson for a minute, and we're going to talk about the midterm. So big day for progressives, bad day for Madison Cawthorn. I think it's fun to start with Madison. That's one guy who apparently, all the scandal didn't, he wasn't able to, usually the scandal helps these guys. And in his case, it didn't because he kind of, we're not sure if he made it up or not, but you cross the line, I guess, when you talk about orgies and cocaine with Republican senators. So that seemed to be the end of it. Not to mention sneaking a gun on a plane twice.
Hey, it's like KRS One said. You ever think about when you out of there? That's what they, he capping on us. He gonna talk about what we do. Gone.
Yeah, and I guess that's embarrassing for them because they're supposed to be, the family traditional people. Yeah, what's interesting though I was just gonna say for Madison, it's interesting to see also because he kind of went out the way he did. He's so young. Like, how did this term help him in his future career? Like, you know what I mean? Like, where do you really expect him to go next from here?
Nah, he finna start a podcast over there with Alex Jones in about 35 minutes.
Yeah, because I don't really, he didn't have. It's not like he had a career in Congress that was any type of significant for him to go on to be like a lobbyist. Or he's too young. You don't necessarily know what he's doing. He doesn't have the relationships to be a lobbyist.
Well, he's got Trump though.
Yeah,
he's got MAGA.
Yeah,
for now
he'll do something. But I would just, usually like, to be an effective lobbyist, you need to know people and you need to have some reputation. And Madison Cawthorn really is a child in the world of politics.
Oh, definitely.
So politics is an older person's game, naturally, overall. Because again, you need relationships and reputation and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
I just wonder what sank him. Was it the cocaine orgy accusations, or was it dry humping his cousin?
It was that video 100%. And then the
can't be mouth humping your cousin, dude.
And then the cocaine thing was the easy out for them because the family values thing, because they couldn't do like the
humping your cousin's mouth wasn't family values.
No. They was like, all right, we're gonna make
that's literal family values,
right?
Yeah, man, keeping it in the family.
But no, I think he became a bad look. You know what I mean? It was just, and he was kind of, I think, rather useless. Because he wasn't like garnering the type of attention that really was helping them. And again, he's a kid. And he don't know nobody, and don't nobody know him. So it's kind of like, okay, whatever. Like, get this guy out of here. That's how I think they were looking at it.
I think he was their token, and he kind of outlived his usefulness. Like, we'll keep you around, man, just because you look good for us to like take photos of you and shit. It's like, but you can't be wilding.
Right?
Nah, he wilding too much. Get him on.
Plus he lied about being in the military. I mean, this guy was just. These are the people. So here's the funny thing. He's the one who is outed. Marjorie Taylor Greene, not yet outed. And she's 1,000 times worse.
She ain't fucked up big enough and bad enough.
Yeah, well, she's the appropriate type of ridiculous. Because again, she's married. She's, she still represents those values that they can tout. So, and people like her online. You know, so I guess that she hasn't caused the right kind of embarrassment to them.
She's raised a lot of fucking money too, which is fucking ridiculous. And she's running her opponent, by the way, Marcus Flowers. I've been trying to get him on. I gave up, but he definitely is a viable candidate. So if you guys are looking into who's running against her, Marcus Flowers is a super, super strong candidate. They're in Georgia. But so yeah, Madison Cawthorn is gone. Sticking with the GOP, looks like we don't know if Dr. Oz is going to be a senator or not yet. He's in a neck and neck race. I'm just trying to. I liked Dr. Oz on like Oprah and his show. I thought he was interesting. I thought he was trustworthy, and like this just goes to show you the liberal media apparently not so liberal, because they position this guy as like the most trustworthy person in America for 2 decades. They used to do the same thing with Rudy Giuliani, you know, and it's like I don't get, like, I don't know if, like, was I naive? Did I not? I don't know. What do you guys think on Dr. Oz? Because that all came as a shock to me when I found out he was like not just a MAGA guy, but like he was in the My Pillow guy sphere. Turns out. So I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on Dr. Oz and whether or not he's got a legit shot. But
well, I think that he just did what he thought was necessary to put himself in a position to win. You know, because and some of the Republican base have had issues with his reversing stances with like gun rights and vaccines and stuff like that. But, you know, I think that he just knows that the Republican Party is kind of in the position that it is with their base and what excites them. And I think he just saw an opportunity. You know, I think the type of person he is probably is more. I mean, no, I was about to say more like what you saw on Oprah, but clearly it's not, because he's willing to sacrifice what people thought of him to win an election. And if he does win that seat, he's going to have to appease to the base. So, you know, maybe he just doesn't really care about much of anything.
Yeah. And it's funny when Trump endorses him, the number one thing he says is, well, the guy was on TV for 18 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I mean, that's how he ticks. And that's why I thought that, I mean, I always figured that Dr. Oz had a good chance of winning the primary, because it's like he was on TV. Everybody knows who he is. He's well spoken. He's a good looking guy. He just has all the attributes that would give him that airtime and that clout that really can make a difference. But again, you know, his stances originally were a bit more liberal, so he had to change that up a bit. So if he does win, it's just going to be because of his celebrity. That'll be it.
So do you think it's fake?
You mean like his stances now?
Yeah. Is he Candace Owensing this shit?
Yeah. Yeah. That would be my guess. I mean, I don't know like about him extensively.
What's the motivation for getting in though? Why
is he running?
Yeah, because like it's like he has less. He technically, you could make an argument that he would have less power in the Senate than he would on TV.
Maybe maybe someone talked him into it. Maybe it's just something for him to do. You know, like, because he kind of is at that stage of life where, like, you know, like that between the 50s and like 70s. That's kind of like that.
Whoa.
Well, what?
Be 50 in a couple months.
Well, what I was gonna say is
a little sensitive with that number right now.
What I was getting at is just in terms of kind of like
cancel Jackson. Hashtag
right now.
He's an
ageist.
Right, exactly. I'm an ageist. Exactly. But no, just I was getting at just kind of, that's kind of like that good age range for like joining some type of higher elected office. You know, you have a lot, you've lived your life in such a way that you have a professional career to look back at. Perhaps you have children, perhaps you've done a lot in life to put you in a position where so maybe that's all it was for him. You know, he's lived his life up to a certain point. He's got a lot of accomplishments. maybe he figures that this is just something for him to do, because I can't imagine that he believes that he actually can make a difference. You know what I mean? Because if he does make a difference, it certainly won't be through the Republican Party. And even if he ran as a Democrat, I mean, we're just
he's got to do like my grandfather, my father-in-law did. That mug came over to the crib in a freaking Corvette. That's what he needs. If you need something to do, go buy a Corvette, go buy a Mustang, go buy a Maybach or something. If you're Dr. Oz, don't go faking the funk to get into office and not know what the fuck you're gonna do.
Yeah, and that's really I don't. What can he possibly? I don't think he has much of an answer, because
what type of ideas can he offer?
Y'all really gonna make me go to this man's website? I hate you.
What is he? I'm curious.
I'm like, what is your platform? What do you in your doctoring career, and not even a real doctor?
Yeah,
doctoring is debatable. What are you offering to the country?
No, he was a real doctor, and even Swede had said that he was like one of the friend of the show, Irish Swede, had said that like there was a time with what what's the condition does Swede have?
Swede has
he's got Marfan's.
Swede has Marfan syndrome, and he had a type 1 ascending aortic dissection.
Yeah, and two things on that. Number one, Swede is a pretty reputable guy. He said on this show a while back that there was a time when Oz was like the number one leading surgeon on that. And Oprah is, believe me, Oprah does background checks on people as far as like at least what's on their resume. You know what I mean? She ain't going to hire no doctor who wasn't really a doctor. I don't believe that Oprah is that naive.
Well, she eats babies and drinks their blood.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. She got a
standing reservation at that pizza place.
Yeah, Comet Ping Pong. Yeah, said Comet Ping Pong.
But yeah, no, I don't know what the hell he's doing, and I don't think he does either.
I just think I think that so like I pay attention, right? And I didn't know that he was crazy until a few months back.
But again, is he though? Like, is he though?
Well, the things that he's saying are. But what I'm saying is like Joe Schmo in the middle who doesn't pay a lot, who's not on Twitter, he might see Dr. Oz in there and be like, oh, I've trusted him for 18 and not know anything about what his platform is and just vote for him. You know what I mean?
I take my car to the Infinity dealer and have them do the oil change and the diagnostic checks because I trust them on that. But I ain't gonna let them inspect my urethra. You know what I mean? I mean,
unless
just
he's
because
very
Dr.
handsome.
Oz is a trusted doctor doesn't mean he's gonna be a trusted politician. He could be fucking batshit crazy and incompetent.
I'd like to know his stance on the COVID vaccines.
Okay, this is particularly choice. It all starts with you. Dr. Oz has advocated for decades that we, the people, are empowered to change our lives for the better. What the fuck does that even? We can recognize.
He's Bane. The people.
Well, we can recognize as a nation that choices we make. We make about what we eat affect the cost of our healthcare. The easier we make it to get a job means fewer people are dependent on government.
Oh, of course.
Oh my God!
Telling people to seek bare minimum rather than aspiring for greatness leads to an ever-growing chasm between those left behind and the elite.
Oh yeah, because
who are all too happy to tell them how to live your life.
That's right. Yeah, because you telling someone who says just go for the bare minimum. Who says that?
No, you know what these are.
Who
look at all
that?
the.
This ain't Chotskys.
Look at all the dog whistles about like minimum wage.
The government get people off. Will give people a job. Get them off government. It's just
get them off government.
Dr. Oz obviously
has no political passion. He has no political passion.
Here. Don't scroll up here. Hold on a second.
Dr. Oz
hold on.
Obviously has not read Dispatches from the Waste Roar by Tim Wise.
How is he acting like he's not a fucking elite? Bro, you had a fucking TV show. Are you fucking kidding me right now? You were a heart surgein. You're talking about coal? His website's talking about how they want clean
beautiful.
He's an elite telling people how to live their lives right now in his fucking website.
But here's the funny thing. Just take this statement without any of the context before or after it on its own. Telling people to seek the bare minimum rather than aspiring for greatness leads to an ever-growing chasm between those left behind and the elites, who are all too happy to tell you how to live your life. That statement by itself,
right,
sounds like something I would say.
But he's an elite.
I knew you were a doctor.
But he's saying it blaming welfare instead of blaming the capitalist, the crony capitalism that leads to people making $5 an hour.
Right. He's blaming social safety nets and ignoring the fact that corporation after corporation has sought to crush unions at every turn.
See, but that's the thing that these conservatives miss. And I know, Jackson, you guys talk about this a lot on TYT, is like, this is a fundamental problem with America. You would not have a welfare problem if a minimum wage job paid you more than what you could get on welfare.
Right.
But they pay you about the same. So why? So of course there's going to be people who are going to be like, why should I go to work for $6 an hour, $7 an hour, whatever the minimum wage is, when I can
unemployment is going to pay me 15.
Right.
Well, and even outside of that, I mean, if the economic opportunities are better in general, people need purpose. You know, and not to say that like just having some job is necessarily your purpose. Your purpose could be your family. Your purpose could be all types of things. It could be hobbies you have. Anything could be a part of your purpose. But we're not made to just want to sit around and do nothing. That is a very small percentage of people. Like, we're not even built that way. Like, right. That's not even what the human being is. So that argument, it just in and of itself, is counterintuitive to what the human being is. People are active. We want to work. We want to be part of something important. You know, so again, it's like that. Just the whole argument itself. It's like, oh, okay.
It's just a big dog whistle towards certain people.
That's all it is. And so then again, they don't want to raise the minimum wage, but it's just all a bunch of bullshit.
So well, they figure if they cut welfare completely, then you have no choice but to work for minimum wage, and now they control you.
Right.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
So this is his response to COVID-19. Dr. Oz is a world-class heart surgeon who holds numerous patents.
Okay.
And has written hundreds.
He's not an immunologist.
Of original peer-reviewed publications.
Not an epidemiologist.
Listen, Haas. God damn it. He knows the truth.
I can't read the screen. It's too light for me.
He knows the truth.
But I'm going to tell you right now. Yeah. Just based on the fact that he had to qualify who he was before he gave you his opinion, tells you his opinion is bad.
He knows the truth, Dutch interrupting ass. You don't know the truth. He knows the truth. God damn it.
You can't handle the truth.
He can't even handle the goddamn truth over here talking. And the science about combating COVID and understands how it really affects you and your family. He knows. Stop acting like you know. He knows.
Listen to him.
Just listen, for fuck's sake. While elites, there they go with them elites, with yards, tell those without yards to stay inside where the virus.
I'm not an elite.
What?
I got a yard.
That's horrible. It says elites with yards tell those without yards to stay inside where the virus was waiting.
That was your qualifier? That's your qualifier for being an elite?
Mask up. And they want you to mask up when they got yards.
So when they call people back to work, and 60% of people's offices were coming down with COVID and having to shut the whole place down, where was the yard? Where was the yard at?
That's what I'm saying.
That's just a horrible. That's like, well, it's corny too. It's like only elite, like most people with houses have yards.
Right. It may be a small yard. It may be a small yard. I gotta mow something on Wednesdays and Sundays.
Right. Like,
I'm mowing the sidewalk.
I got a little bit of something to mow on Wednesdays and Sundays. I'm gonna tell you that, and I'm proud of it. But I'm not an elite. I mean, goddamn, he put me in the elite category.
And how many people are in these homes with them? You know what I'm saying? It's like they can't be away from each other.
Dr. Oz don't have a yard, so stop trying to call him an elite.
Look,
on his big ass house, he definitely don't have no yard.
I don't want to hear anything
Don't
from
go there.
an elite like you, Mikey, with your hat.
Okay.
Look, bro, I worked hard in life, okay? That's why I have nice things.
I
made this hat from
this hat.
I made this hat from nothing.
I pulled myself up by my bootstraps and
By
I
my
got
bills.
this fucking hat.
These
No one
elites,
helped me.
Shit.
The government
elites
definitely
with
didn't
their-
help me.
You
These
elites with their clothes.
yeah, these hats and watches.
Hold on, bro. Is
You
that
see
the
this?
last?
Do you see this watch?
You
I made
elites
this
with your
watch. I
website.
melted for this watch by myself.
You damn elites with your websites. Like that's what this
No,
might
bro, is that the last sentence right there?
While
Oh,
elites
it
with
gets better.
internet, while elites,
sentence.
No,
with
finish it
internet
up, Mikey.
tell those without internet what to do.
Oh my
While
god.
elites with yards tell those without yards to stay inside where the virus was waiting and mask up.
Wait, stop.
No,
The
you
virus-
told me to go.
The,
The virus was
just
waiting just
sitting
just
on the
in
couch.
houses.
Right.
It's in the crib. It's in the crib watching Dr. Oz.
The virus is sitting on the couch, just kind of pats the
Had a
cushion right next to them.
martini. Had a
Right.
martini.
Oh,
They're
you
still
home? I
alive.
guess I'll infect you now.
How was work? I think you should spend some more time at home with me.
This is a disqualifier. This is a total disqualifier for Senate.
Look,
Wait a
bro,
minute.
this
He
is
says
his
Dr.
website.
Oz has been putting his expertise to work on behalf of us. How? How?
No, continue on, Mikey.
Where the virus was waiting.
It was
And
waiting.
mask up. Dr. Oz has been putting his expertise to work on behalf of us. Dr. Oz is opposed to prolonged business shutdowns. He believes it is critical to keep our children in school because the science overwhelmingly supports it.
And
So-
that's
science.
it. And that's
What
it.
science?
And that's all he says.
That's
And
the
there's nothing
look.
else.
Look, this is look how small it is on his website compared to like every other page. Here, let me get it.
And he's
That's
he's a physician. So this
Yeah.
is supposed to be the area where he has the most to say.
Right.
He's a physician that doesn't specialize in the area that that
He's-
COVID-19 has.
I don't even know if he's a physician. I think he's a surgeon. Like it's like you go through med school, but then you are hyper focused. Like I have a friend, maybe we can get him on, student Dr. Ben. Like that's another whole separate thing. So he's not going to know about fucking any of this.
Exactly.
Med-
But
He went to med school in what, like 80 fucking one? Like
Yeah, but
he does not
he-
remember this shit.
yes, but he's a practicing physician, at least up until recently. So
But does
Look,
that make you a
th-
virologist?
hold on.
Epidemiologist?
Hold on. What he is saying. So if you look at what he wrote, that is the short, like Mikey said, that's the shortest statement on Old Boy's website, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't say much there. He talks nonsense about yards and kids going back to school. He's leaving out all of the things that people argue about, with the kind of the exception about the schooling, right?
Wait, hold
So
on.
what he is not,
Judge,
hold on, let me
also-
finish.
Okay.
What he is not saying here is that vaccines don't work. He didn't say anything about vaccines not working.
Nope.
He didn't say anything about being
vaccines.
fake. So, but he also cannot say those things, because if he says those things on his website, he will not win the election. So he is actually, in a way,
Worse.
you can see that he knows these vaccines work, and he knows that this is that this was at least a real virus, and he knows these things because he's not go out there and jeopardize his medical license by putting false information online. He's being very soft about it. So you got to read what's not there, right?
Also, what was really great on there was Dr. Oz has been putting his expertise to work,
Yeah.
but neglected to add a couple of paragraphs about how
expertise.
how he's putting his expertise to work. Because that's my follow-up question. How, Dr. Oz, how are you putting your expertise to work on behalf of us?
Yo,
What are
he's
you
been
doing?
cutting up mad COVID, son.
His
He been
campaign
cutting
is
them up.
really bad. His whole campaign is just I'm
It's
Dr. Oz.
trash.
The
Yeah.
whole thing is I'm Dr. Oz.
Hey, Jackson, I'm sorry. Do you have a yard?
He do.
If
Listen
you
to
don't,
him.
then
I
shut
do
the
that.
hell up and go away.
Listen to him.
right.
You know, listen to how he talking to us. You know he got a yard.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, I got it. Yeah.
That is a new that is going to stick on this show for a long
Yes.
time. I guarantee it.
Right.
You
Damn
damn elites
t-shirts.
in your yards.
We
You
should
damn
have-
elites in your yards.
We should have
Everybody
two
on my
t-shirts.
block, including the freaking pipe fitter next door, is an elite because
Yeah.
he's got a
Mhm.
fucking yard.
Right. He said, y'all broke peons don't even have yards.
Right.
Y'all
You
don't even
broke
have yards.
You broke
Right,
bitches.
You broke.
So if
You can't even get a yard. You fucking
fucking brokies.
you fucking humps.
But look at also like he's assuming that most of the people voting for him don't have yards.
Don't have a fucking yard. You ain't even got a yard.
Exactly.
Look at
Trailer.
these elites with yards, B.
He seriously has his campaign is horrible, and you
fucking.
Why is he even running? Why is he even running?
This is the worst.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Hey, he sounds like Eddie Murphy's campaign in The Distinguished Gentleman. Jack Johnson, the name you know.
Pretty much. I mean, no, there's like literally, I mean, his life would be better like it is, not being in the Senate. I mean, honestly,
why do you want to get in the Senate and fuck your life up, dude?
No, seriously. I mean, look, if you, especially if you are like majorly monetarily successful, unless you have a real conviction to be in the House or the Senate, why do it? Because you ain't making that much money compared to the money that he has. You ain't making nothing.
And you actually got more power outside of it, influencing the politicians than you do on the inside.
Is he trying to trying to swing for that Surgeon General joint?
Man, I think somebody talked him into this. Sounds like somebody talked his ass into running. That's what it sounds like to me, because
this website looked like it took about 15 minutes to make.
Yeah, no, there's like, I see no passion, no reason. I see nothing. But
I'm sorry, Wizard of Oz. Who's the man behind the curtain?
I have a new game for us to play. Welcome everybody to the new game show called "How much do you think this motherfucker is charging for this?"
It's a long name.
So this is
Jackson. You got me doing it. You got me doing it now, Jackson.
Right, man. So warming up, man.
So this is a Dr. Oz set of 2 beverage cooler, a koozie, if you will. How much you think that'll be?
Beverage cooler, the foam joints?
Yeah, the foam joints. You get a set of 2.
$25.
25 from Oz.
$75.
Damn, Dutch.
The famine is right.
Dutch, play the damn game right. $75.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Hey, it's Dr. Oz.
$30.
They probably cure COVID.
$15. That's a budget. That's a deal.
That's a savings.
How about if you order now? If you order in the next 2 hours, does he double the order for you?
No, you get a free yard.
Just pay separate shipping and handling.
Which will to put in your yard.
Here. Now,
you
next
need this
item.
koozie. Well, you need that koozie while you sit on your lawn chair on your trailer because you ain't got no yard.
Because you don't have a fucking yard. You got a gravel drive up.
now this is a controversial item on the list, especially for somebody who thinks people who have yards are in fact elites. Dr. Oz for Senate yard sign. How much do you think it is? Now this has to be for elites only.
Hold on, he's pandering to the elites.
He is clearly pandering to the fucking elites on his own fucking website.
Pandering to the elites.
Boom, you
the elites with yards that he just missed. He's still trying to get there.
Boom, you short bitch. I caught you right in your own website. Boom.
Yo, that's hilarious.
This motherfucker has a goddamn Mehmet Oz for Senate yard sign when he just said the elite with yards are telling those without yards what to do.
But here,
yo, this is hilarious.
Hey, you gotta buy that yard sign and hang it in your window. You fucking
that's
what
I was about to say. Maybe you could put it in your window because you ain't got no yard.
Hey,
you ain't got no yard.
That is ironic.
Trailer home, you goddamn peasant.
Why don't you staple it to your cardboard box, Brokey?
Right. Make it a bumper sticker. Get some 3M strips if you can save up enough money.
This shit is hilarious. I didn't think that his campaign would be this bad. I really didn't. But there's nothing there. There's literally nothing there. But hey, I'm Dr. Oz.
It never dawned on him, though. That's how dumb he is. It never dawned on him for a second that if you're going to use yards as a barometer
for
elitism, that you probably, and you're going to and I'm all for bad mouthing elites to a degree, but
yeah,
never occurred to you that
you might not want to sell yard signs.
Maybe not on the website. Not on the same website.
Hand them
Maybe do it
shits
on a
out.
different
Hand them
website.
shits out at your campaign stop.
This man had nothing to do with the construction of his campaign.
But who approved that shit?
Right, that's what I'm saying. He couldn't have.
Who said, in our verbiage under COVID-19, we talk about a lease with yards.
Yeah.
Telling
because they do.
Those of us our target demo without yards because everybody knows
they're broke.
Non-elites don't have fucking yards.
God. Absolutely, yes.
So why would we be selling yard signs to people because most of the electorate are not elites, so they don't have yards?
I mean,
nobody said that. No,
even if in the picture there's a little yard spike.
I mean, but
it's called a yard sign. We just have to. That's what they called it on their website. So we had to call it the yard.
Maybe they think if the grass is dead or if it's all weeds, it's not a yard.
It's maybe just a kind of sign.
Well, wait,
that's the name of that kind of sign.
Maybe it's a yard long.
Yes, it is actually a yard long. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a yard. It's 1 yard of material.
See, that's how we get around it.
Exactly. There we go.
It's 1 by 3 feet.
3 feet by 3 feet.
And then the color key at the bottom.
So that's a yard.
Yeah. No, but you know what though? What just really dawned to me is what are other Republicans running for office? What are their campaign websites like? Are they anything there? Are they like this? I mean, my guess would be that they probably aren't too different from this.
I have an idea.
You ain't got to say much when people are going to vote for the letter next to your name.
This has been so much. Look, I wasn't expecting to do this. This has been so much fun that the next time Jackson comes back, maybe we'll get you back in a month or so. Let's just go through and do nothing else but read Republican websites. This is, I mean, I think we'll have the best time ever.
No, for real. That would be the funniest shit ever because my guess would be that most of them are similar to that because like how I said, you don't got to say much when they just voting for a letter next to your name.
So I have an idea. We could play Republican election bingo. Okay. Republican election website bingo.
Okay. And here's
then we'll make up some boards and then you can like.
Here's the thing too is that most I'm going to generalize here. Allegedly
sprinkle that
allegedly. Conservative voters, they're going to skip past COVID-19, going to skip past healthcare, they're going to skip past immigration and go right to abortion and the Second Amendment. And as long as you say what they need to hear on those two issues, you're good.
Pretty much because the Republican base is very adamant about criminalizing abortion, and that is something that a lot of the deep voting base does want to see.
I'm Catholic and I vote pro-life.
The Nebraska governor, I can't recall his name, but he was just on CNN and he was like, "Yes, this is what because I can't recall the anchor, but she was questioning him about the bill that they just put through about there's no protections for rape or incest. And he was on live television saying that's still a baby. We want to protect the baby. I mean, these people aren't hiding this. Ironically, though, it'll be interesting to see the strategy because national Republicans, they got to be as kind of quiet about this as much as possible for the people who are in the House and the Senate. But from a state level, the Republicans,
on the state level, they getting buck wild.
They are loudly saying, yeah, we all for this.
We don't care if your cousin raped his niece. But I mean, it's a baby. God don't make no mistakes.
It's crazy to think,
in the case of homosexuals and Negroes and goddamn Hispanics. Those are apparently on the earth.
And apparently Madison Cawthorn.
Apparently so.
Hey, God,
it's one of them categories.
If God struck you with paralysis, you must have done something.
That's a very smart point. What did he do to deserve that?
What did he do to deserve the lack of use of his lower limbage? God punished him.
Yeah.
For something.
Now
Maybe it was dry humping his cousin in the fucking mouth. Maybe, because I don't think he was paralyzed when he was doing that shit.
No, he was, but
God
here's the
damn,
thing.
He's supposed to be paying penance.
But here's the thing. No, Haas. See, God knew he was going to do that.
Yeah,
it was a pre-punishment. The God is the ultimate Minority Report.
He was Amit.
Oh,
not
Khonshu.
the other one.
Khonshu.
Yeah, not Khonshu. He didn't want Amit wanted to punish them before.
Yes.
He was punished by Amit.
Right.
Not by Khonshu, who would have waited until after he butt raped his cousin.
So he actually orally raped his cousin.
No,
wait a minute. Who's taking the video? Wait a minute. Who took the video? Did he set the camera up and then crawl over there and put his penis in his mouth?
His friends were
some other friend.
Wait a minute. Your friends watch you put your penis in some dude's in your family member's mouth and taped it like it's funny? Where the fuck? Who are these people?
Where was this video when he ran the first time?
Who are these people?
All right.
Hey, go fuck your cousin in the mouth. That's funny.
Let's get to some of the good news. All right, because we got to get to the dig, and I know it's late for Jackson. So it was a good day for some of the progressives out there.
Except in Pennsylvania.
Well, Pennsylvania actually
they let that far right dude become governor.
Well, yeah, he hasn't become governor yet. He's
the governor elect.
He's the Republican nominee for governor.
All right. Well, he'll still probably lose. Okay.
I did think so. Connor Lamb, who is a centrist, lost to this Fetterman fella, who is more of a progressive, though he is very pro-Israel, which, I'm not anti-Israel. I think we should support Israel because they're a democracy. But I think that democracy does some bad shit, and we should call it out, especially when it comes to Palestine, right? So, but Fetterman is, I believe it's pronounced Fetterman. He is way more closer to the progressive lane than Connor Lamb. Now, real quick on Connor Lamb, though, I will give Connor Lamb much respect because while he is a centrist and essentially a Republican de facto, he was the first. I don't know if you guys remember this. In 2018, he set the bar, right? He had a special election. He won that special election. It was the very first of what ended up being the red wave. And really, it was a barometer for how that was going to go. And I think it motivated a lot of Democratic voters to say, hey, you know what? We can flip up these seats. So I will always remember the Connor Lamb victory for that because it took the House away from Trump. That being said, let's not pretend that Connor Lamb is not snuggling up to Joe Manchin, right? So like he is Joe Manchin light, and did not want him to be the senator. Now he would have been better than the Republicans still, but just more ratcheting would have gone on with Connor Lamb. There was a big upset on the congressional side. You have another somewhat progressive candidate, McLeod Skinner, who is way ahead of Eric Schrader in Oregon for that House seat. And Eric Schrader is one of the guys who killed the Build Back Better plan, right? He was one of the deciding votes to kill that plan and kill Biden's agenda on that. And he has paid for that now, at least as of this morning. He was losing to McLeod Skinner 61-38 with about a little over half of the precincts reporting. So that is a pretty good sized win because anytime you can take down an establishment candidate, I mean, that's AOC territory for the most part, that sort of win. So your thoughts on and there's actually there's a couple more. We'll talk about these and I'll let you guys talk about them. Well, you posted something, Jackson, earlier on Summer Lee. Did you want to take that one or?
Well, I know right now she's like 0.4 percentage points ahead. It's like 41.7 to 41.3. So they're still counting that. But overall, I think it's always good to see any types of wins. You know what I'm saying? Especially in through here when we're dealing with a Democratic Party, Biden administration who has not fulfilled large parts of his agenda. Running on $10,000 student loan cancellation, still looking at what he's going to do with that. The Democrats, the Democrats not being able to successfully codify Roe v. Wade. So there's a lot of things that the Democrats are facing right now. So for us to have some progressive wins at all is definitely not only good news, but also just good just influence for people to get more involved in their communities in any way that they can, because at the end of the day, this really is on us.
Yeah, it's funny because Summer Lee, she was winning that race big in the polls. And then a couple of weeks ago, her opponent, who I forget the name, Steve Irwin, I think is a businessman. He's a centrist candidate who was backed by all these PACs. And they came in, and because she supports Palestine, and he came in pro-Israel, and the Democratic Party, of course, loves that. And again, like I just made a statement on Israel. I stand by it, but I also don't think that pro-Israel PACs should be trying to influence elections because someone supports Palestine, God forbid. Last but not least, we have probably the biggest race, which is the Kentucky Derby. The Kentucky Derby, correct?
Knew that.
We have I know the guy's last name is Booker. I'm trying to remember. Charles Booker in Kentucky, big win. He ran for Congress a couple of years ago and fell short. Did pretty well, but fell just short. And now, 70-something% of the vote in the Democratic primary. So he will be taking on Rand Paul. Tough. It's gonna be a tough one to win. But this guy I've watched some interviews with Mr. Booker, and he's the real deal. So I'm gonna have to, he might be a little bit too big in his britches right now for Dig on America, but I'm definitely going to reach out and try to get him on this show.
Hey, so. Should he be so lucky? Hopefully we have the time to sneak him in. We got a very complicated schedule ourselves. So,
we do.
Very exclusive to get on the show.
Hey, we launched the careers of.
Got to fill out the questionnaire.
A lot of people who are going to win. Hey, we launched Bruno, and then he did so good that he stopped running for Congress and went and hung out with Mark Hamill. That's a win right there.
It can happen to anybody who comes on the show. You might be shaking hands with Mark Hamill next.
Right.
We'll be watching pictures of, Jackson will be hanging out with Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill.
He'll be the light-skinned. Jackson's going to be the light-skinned member of Wakandan Army, dude.
Yep. The only one.
Right.
The token light-skinned warrior.
The token red bone.
The red bone wolf.
I'm like playing the movie back to my head. I'm like, damn, that show didn't have no light skin.
Oh no, it was not.
They ain't leave. No,
it'll be the white wolf and the cinnamon wolf.
Exactly.
Look at the racism on this show against the red bones.
Hey, it's not racism, it's colorism.
It's colorism.
Colorism, damn it, get it right.
Ain't nobody racist around here. We colorists.
Get your isms correct, man. It's colorism.
I have too many isms.
I'll be sure looking like motherfucker.
Coming out here with your tank top on.
Come on out here with your tank top on.
This is like just a little bit, a little comfy.
Dreads on and stuff, man. God damn it!
I just lit up one of my homies the same. I was like, hey, I see you got your hair re-locked up. That's nice. Oh, you got the beard trimmed. Oh, that's a Sanford and Son t-shirt. Man, you ain't shit. Let me tell you something.
I'm hating. I'm hating right now.
It's all
never gonna be shit.
Trying to bring the early 90s back.
Man.
Remember, it was Al B. Sure, Christopher Williams, all these light-skinned motherfuckers fucking up my dating life.
Oh, so you bitter.
The tables turn though.
Oh yeah.
But they've turned again.
Blade, dude. It
was look, the tables have turned again.
He said Blade.
Even if the tables never turned, I got my own table in the game.
This is long before Wesley Snipes.
I had to build a table. I was out in the back building the table, dude.
That's why they wasn't dating you. He was over there covered in sawdust, building the table, and she's like, "You trying to go?"
Where were you building Where were you building the table at in the back?
In the back of the subdivision in Beacon Ridge in Bolingbrook.
Yeah, but
hell no, not Beacon Ridge.
Were you in your yard?
Bro.
Section 8 heavy.
Were you in your yard?
I lived in Amberton across the street.
I guess you could call it a yard because it was a strip of grass.
Okay, that's what we thought. You're an elite.
It would probably take me 30. It would probably take me 30 seconds to mow it, but I guess I'm an elite. I grew up with a silver spoon in my mouth. I had 10 square feet of grass.
It was handed down from my father.
I can mow it in 10 seconds with my freaking scissors, but
with clippers. The mow with some clippers.
No, I got to get the ride mower out.
You good, fam? You good?
Dr. Oz walking through the back of your house.
Right.
Look, oh,
like
I see a
literally,
blade.
you walk out the back of my house, and in 2.5 seconds, you were outside in the parking lot.
Hey, was there a blade?
That's how big my yard was.
Was there a blade of grass growing in the crack in the sidewalk?
It was about 12 blades. I had about 12 blades of grass in that yard. But
you're just.
I must be I must be a 1%er. I grew up privileged.
Elite. Wow. You're an elite light.
Wow.
Right. I'm a diet elite.
12, huh? You had to have all 12. You couldn't give one to each neighbor around you.
In the world of elite, I guess I'm a truly.
Could only be
exactly.
You.
But just a quick thought on this, and then we'll play a quick game with Jackson, and then we'll get to the
okay.
game.
Oh, wait, before you do that,
Booker,
I remember something. I have a tangent. Okay.
Like to use my tangent and after this real quick.
No, it's important. It's important.
Oh, all right.
Go ahead. Important.
All right. No worries. Go ahead. Ruin the show. You're fine.
Thank you. So me and my wife watched fucking Dodgeball. She had never seen Dodgeball before.
Really? What?
And we watched it yesterday. And it's aged okay. It's not as bad. But the funny thing I wanted to bring up with y'all after watching it is throughout the movie, they keep calling homegirl, I forget her name, Christine something. The softball girl, the girl who throws really good, the chick.
Yeah, Marsha Brady.
They keep calling her a lesbo the whole movie.
Yes.
And I was like, he's like, I don't care who's here. That dyke can throw. And I'm like, that's kind of not great.
Yeah.
But then they plot twisted and made her gay.
Yes.
And I was
made
like,
her bisexual.
Yeah, and I was like, they still can't say that, right? Like, I was like conflicted and confused because like I knew the twist was coming, and she was just like, "What the?" My wife was like, "What the fuck? Like, what is this?"
I am still of the mind that comedy gets a wider lane, and if they're making fun of themselves, like it's look, there's a big difference, and I'm not trying to defend Dave Chappelle has crossed the line, right? I think we all agree with that on numerous occasions.
Nah, Haas loves him. He's got a tattoo on his back.
I still love him, but hey, you can love someone and understand that they have crossed the line on certain issues and take them to task on those issues.
Right.
Good answer.
So but the point is,
I learned by watching you.
Dave Chappelle still.
You all right?
I knew you guys were related. Did you go hump him? But
I know he didn't say all black people related. Fuck you, Dutch.
You called him dad, you jagbag. No, you're more light skinned than did. You can't be. You're closer to Jackson and from St. Louis.
That's the
you
great
guys
thing
might
about
be brothers.
Blackness is blackness can create every color on the spectrum.
Oh yeah, that's my light, homie. I can just go ahead and darken that up right there for you.
Your St. Louis dark homie up there. So you guys probably are like 14th cousins. But
listen to this.
But the point is,
the hashtag started, y'all. Hold on, let me get on.
Cancel Dutch.
But see,
right now. Just put it in
that's
chat.
the point. But that's the point. When you like what I just did, I'm trying to be humorous. So when you have, but I'm not obviously a stand-up comedian. I can fail at it, but just because you fail at comedy doesn't mean you didn't try to do comedy. But you would have a wider lane when you are in a comedic atmosphere or you are a comedian. Dave Chappelle would not have any lane if he were running for Congress. That's why I'm saying like there is no plausible deniability for Marjorie Taylor Greene where there is some for Chappelle, because you don't know 100% if, I think we figured it out now, but like usually we don't know if a comedian is actually even being serious.
Mm-hmm.
They could just be
takes a minute,
telling a joke, right? So it's like, and you have to give a wider lane for comedy. There is still a line, but it's way further than it is for somebody who's in politics or public life, or just giving an interview on like MTV or whatever like that.
Yeah, you get a wider lane in comedy than you do as a pastor. You get a wider lane in comedy than you do as a CFO or a CEO. Yeah. Or even a freaking finance manager or supervisor. You should get a wider lane in comedy than those places.
And comedy's supposed to take the crazier, murkier parts of life and lighten them up so that we can laugh at them.
Right. Like this dude, this corrections officer that made this joke about the Buffalo massacre. And I guess a person got his number and called him live and recorded it. And this dude was trying to say, I was joking. I was just trying to be humorous. Bro, it's been what, 72 hours? And
well, you know, it's a false flag event, so you know. Alex
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Soros paid actors.
Yeah, Soros paid.
If you look, you'll see that the same actors that were there at Tops were also at Sandy Hook. They computer generated light in their skin pigments.
They were at Christchurch too.
Hook. They were and they were also over at the church that Dylan Roof was at.
Yes,
so, I mean these actors
in Parkland and Columbine, they were everywhere.
Traveling actors, and they do CGI post production to change the color pigments as they wish.
If you watch real closely, you'll see their names pop up in the credits of all the Marvel movies because they do the CGI.
Yeah,
you know the names are clearly there,
right there.
You just have to look, do your own research.
I'm telling you, you ain't got to believe me.
No, watch Doctor Strange. Do your own research.
Yeah.
There's a certain tweet in the chat. If you guys can just go ahead and share that out.
The multiverse is the Soros project.
There's no question about it. Speaking. Okay, so let's do.
Wait. Look. What's the tweet in the chat?
Oh, just when y'all get a second, just go ahead and click on that, like it, share it, make sure everybody sees that you know.
All right, I'll share that. Let's do, before we go to the dig. Well, actually, yeah, let's do it that way. You want to do snap one or 4 down with Jackson? Which one do you guys want to do?
Oh, we did
4 down. 4 down.
Yeah, we skipped
4 down. 4 down.
Okay, let's do 4 down. All right, let's go on Audible. Big Haas 21. Jackson.
Big Haas 50.
We'll ask you 4 questions. You'll give us 4 answers.
All right, let's do it.
When you were a kid, and if you go back to your childhood, would you play Uno or Yahtzee?
Come on now.
Uno?
100%.
I like the Yahtzee.
You see the threads? Don't play Yahtzee.
Definitely Uno.
You're a braidist.
Definitely.
You're saying that braided people can't like Yahtzee?
Nah, man. Uno is the prerequisite to get into the grown folks spade table.
Right.
You had to master Uno.
You got to master Uno before you could go play spades.
Yeah.
Yes, but you had to.
You got to play spades. You got to play spades before you play Tonk or bid whist.
But you got to play Yahtzee before you can roll craps.
No, you don't. You ain't got to do that. Who told you that shit?
The same person who told you what you said.
Uno and Yahtzee, that was not a hard choice.
All right, bad question.
Uno. Definitely Uno.
All right, Mikey.
I keep going back to like the same 2 questions. I'm starting to feel like an old record here. I'm doing it anyway. It's the middle of the night. You need a little snacky poo. What are you grabbing from the pantry or the fridge in the middle of the night?
I like these questions. I like that question. What's your favorite midnight snack?
Probably like a Nutri-Grain bar, a granola bar, some shit like that.
I knew he was gonna say some healthy shit. I knew he was gonna say some healthy shit.
I knew it.
I thought he was gonna say some eucalyptus water or some shit like that.
Some cucumber.
I get some peach kombucha,
but not too much. You know what I'm saying? Something wholesome, grainy, but not too much. You know.
I have some quinoa seeds that have been activated that I just know.
I have some steel cut oats.
Yeah. I'll go get flour oats.
I can't just get up in the middle of the night and eat like. Well, no, let me stop lying because I'll be high as hell.
That's what I'm saying.
You be making a full meal.
I'll be full meal, cookies. Whatever I land upon, it's basically what I will eat.
Yeah,
hunger.
I'll get up and I'll make a whole peanut butter and jelly sandwich on both brownberry whole wheat bread. Put some skinny popcorn there. Make a cup of Kool-Aid. Eat the whole thing and go back to sleep. Like I didn't even been up.
Shit,
I was hungry.
I make a damn. Yeah, no, I'll shit. It depends on what's in the fridge, and it just depends.
I feel you, brother.
You know what I'm saying? It just.
I be trying to be healthy. Sometimes I'm a personal trainer, so I'm trying to be healthy. But sometimes I'll be like,
Just work it
go
off,
ahead and
man.
eat that hot popcorn and call it a day.
You work it off. You feel me? And you be good.
Right.
Well, overall, I eat well. So if I eat like
if
shit
you can get 80%, if you can get 80% per week, you be all right.
Eat like shit a couple times, you all right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly the goal.
All right. So my question to you is, you had a shit day. You had a really tough day, right? What is the song that you would listen to that just let it all melt away and you feel refreshed by the end of the song?
Oh man, this is hard because I'm such a music lover. I just listen to music. I just love music. I don't know, man.
What's the Calgon bath of music for you to just take you away?
It's maybe, I don't know. I'll probably put Reasonable Doubt in and some shit like that. I don't know.
Okay. Now
maybe I'll do.
Unpopular opinion. I'm not that big of a Reasonable Doubt fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I am.
I like the Black album. I like the Black album better. I like 444 better. I like the Blessing and the Curse better. The Gift and the Curse. I'm sorry. It's weird. It's weird.
I actually
love Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah, I think Reasonable Doubt was his best work in my opinion.
And you're in the majority in that opinion.
And that album in the minority in mine. That album came out when I was 4 years old. I wasn't even really listening to the shit yet, for real. That shit came out in 96, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out in 96.
I was a couple years out of college.
Yeah.
That's the chasm right there. And I was like, it's all right. It's all right. You know.
I think I have the most important question that you're going to get.
All right.
Paper or plastic?
It's close to that.
All right. What we got?
Caramel corn or cheese corn?
Cheese. Oh, I'm sorry.
Nobody asked you.
Definitely cheese.
Look at you, coattail rider. Jumping.
I would say cheese, but man, that Chicago caramel popcorn is good.
Oh, you been to Garrett's? I've been
there. I grew up in St. Louis. I've been there. You know what I'm saying? That popcorn is good. You feel me? But
I don't know what they put in there.
But just general popcorn.
Crack on and get the hell out of here. That Garrett's popcorn is the bomb. That's the only time I'll eat popcorn. If I get the Chicago mix from Garrett's
or from Nuts on Clark.
That's the only time I eat caramel.
Or Nuts on Clark. Nuts on Clark is good too.
It ain't no Garrett's though.
No, it's not as good, but it's a
that
fine
bag,
second place.
That cheese,
that Chicago mix,
that shit is good.
Yeah,
I want
unless that shit now, man.
Unless I get that popcorn in a wax paper bag.
Gotta be the wax bag, the wax white bag. Yeah.
It's gotta be the.
It's not the same in the tin.
As soon as I hear that, as soon as I hear the crinkle of the wax paper, my body already know what time it is.
So that brings up a good question.
That activates your taste buds.
That brings up a good question though. When you get it in the tin, when you get it in the wax paper bag, you see all the grease. It's leaking through the wax, but you get in the tin, it's like there's no grease. Where does the grease go?
To the
bottom. It's getting absorbed in the little divider joints, the little cardboard dividers in there, probably full of your oil.
Man, y'all got me wanting this shit now, man.
maybe we'll get you a bag and put it in a FedEx package or something for you.
So you might have to do that.
My auntie lived out by Navy Pier. I can ask her to get me a bag.
Okay, hold on real quick.
They do it online.
Hold on.
Well, fuck. Primaries.com.
Didn't you learn your lesson last week?
Wayne.
It's Wayne. He puts paprika on popcorn. Freaking almond extract or some shit.
He's like, you don't. What's that?
Hey, you don't have put cheese on popcorn. We put gravy on it.
They got the little they throw the peppermint oil on there, just make
right.
Get a little kick.
It's anti-inflammatory popcorn.
We have tea flavored popcorn. Earl Grey flavored popcorn.
Man, if you on your crumpets, don't get the hell out of here.
You wankers put cheese on popcorn. We put mayonnaise on the fucking popcorn.
That's the worst British accent of all time.
I don't know what he's doing, but I like it.
I'm sorry. I've had 4 shots of Hibiki and I'm on to larceny whiskey.
I'm with you. I'm on my third Captain and Diet.
That's why I had to grab something. I was like, I can't let Haas go through this alone.
All right.
Dude, my lips are getting numb.
There's your episode. We will see you in, I don't know, 30 seconds.
37
I'm
seconds.
gonna go see a man about my horse.